How you doing? It's Sandesh here, and I'm here to do a video about Rishi Sunak, about how his time as the Tory party leader is coming to an end, and it's pretty obvious. Um, the article I'm going to refer to is policymoogle.com. Now, this is the 24th of October last year, but it says 1 year since Rishi Sunak became Prime Minister. Inaction Inaction Man and his five failing pledges. I'll put the link in the description. This article. Okay. 1 year since Rishi Sunak became Prime Minister, Labour today exposes the scale of his failure to deliver for the British people. Mortgages have skyrocketed, school classroom ceilings have crumbled, and 90% of crimes now go unsolved. The unelected Prime Minister staked his premiership on five pledges urging the British public to hold my government and I to account on delivering those goals. Excuse me. And the thing is, right, he says to hold my government and I, but the thing is, he doesn't really want to be held accountable because he's gonna find he's gonna find excuses, and I bet he has since his time as Prime Minister, and even when he was a Chancellor, when Boris Johnson was Prime Minister. So here we go. Sunak's five failing pledges. Rishi Sunak promised to halve inflation, yet the UK is said to have the highest inflation of any G7 country this year. Now this article, like I said, is from the 24th of October last year. So, food prices are soaring, and petrol is once again on the rise. Inflation is set to be high at the end of this year. Inflation is set to be higher at the end of this year than forecasts predicted when Sunak became Prime Minister. Meanwhile, Labour analysis has found mortgage holders are £580 a month worse off compared to last year. And I have spoke to people who were looking to buy a house, and even they said, yeah, I mean, mortgages have definitely gone up. It's worse. Rishi Sunak promised to grow the economy, yet the UK's growth is set to be almost non-existent this year, the second lowest in the G7, 3 times slower than the advanced economy average. The tax burden is at a record high. Rishi Sunak promised to cut debt, yet the national debt has hit record levels, surpassing £2 trillion for the first time ever. Rishi Sunak promised to cut NHS waiting lists, yet last month they rose to a record high of 7.75 million, meaning that 1 in 7 people in England are currently waiting for NHS treatment. And I heard that when he was confronted about this, and the thing is, when I heard that when he was confronted about this, the Tories still went along with the blame Labour, even though they've been at number 10 for over 10 years. It's getting old now. Rishi Sunak promised to stop the boats, yet the asylum backlog has surged to a record high of 775,000 people, and 33,742 people have come in on 708 small boats since he has been in power. Spending on hotels has reached £8 million a day. That's what I'm saying. The immigration problem in this country is also bad, just as bad as it is in America. It's just that it's even worse in America, because since America is a bigger country. And I got a feeling why the immigration problem is so bad and more immigrants are coming into this country, and even in America, is because the thing is, I heard that Jimmy Dore was talking about this, so I'm going to credit Jimmy Dore for this. He was saying in one of his videos, his theory is that as far as the quotas for the recruits for the army, people are starting to wake up about these wars, and they don't want to join because there is no reason to join. What's the point? And the thing is, since they're not meeting their quotas, I bet you that the reason they're going to use the immigrants to be the ones to join and meet those quotas. They're going to try to do that. It's because there is no other reason why record amounts of immigrants are coming into this country, and even in America. Jonathan Ashworth, Labour's shadow paymaster general, said, the past year has seen weak Rishi Sunak pushed around by a chaotic and divided Conservative Party, allowed Liz Truss to dictate government policy, and hopelessly failed to deliver for struggling working families paying more on their mortgage thanks to the Tories. Inaction man Sunak simply isn't strong enough to turn Britain's fortunes around after 13 years of Conservative decline. As we've seen from Labour's fantastic results in Selby, Ruth and Glen, I think it is, Tamworth, Mid Bedfordshire, the British people are demanding change. Only a Labour government can turn the page on 13 years of Conservative decline. Now, I'll read a little bit more. Grow our economy, make working people better off, and get Britain's future back. Now, the thing is, I don't know if it's going to be Labour that are going to be able to do this, but the one thing I do know, people want to change. That's what it is. I mean, they can't bear to have another Tory government in there again, another Tory term. Because I mean, and by the way, I mean, even our own ministers are resigning one by one. It seems like in the news every week you hear about all this Conservative MP has resigned because they see that the ship is sinking, and they're like, I'm going to get off now. According to the International Monetary Fund, the UK is expected to have the highest average inflation in the G7 in 2023. When Sunak was Chancellor, the national debt surpassed 2 trillion for the first time ever. So yeah, I mean, he's pretty much a failure. But then the thing is, at the same time, I mean, since David Cameron resigned, it's just been a revolving door of Tory MPs who want to be leader. And the thing is, none of them were publicly elected, so it's no surprise that the British public want to change, and they've had enough. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you think about this. Do you like Rishi Sunak? Don't you like him? Please let me know in the comments. Just comment on the video. Let me know. I like to know what people actually think about him. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you like it, and I'll see you soon.